subscribe. Tariq Radio. Watch and subscribe.
Now that I'm grown, one thing that I will never understand is why being African or African culture is a trend now. It's like now everybody loves African culture. But I remember when I was in middle school, people would make fun of me for being African. Like it would be African booty scratcher jokes and all this stuff. Like it was like lame to be African. And now all of a sudden everybody loves African culture, Afro beats, African artists. People love them. Some Jen Carter, Kyle Rich, Rema, Burner Boy, Thames. And it's like now African culture, everybody loves to indulge in it. And it's like, where was this energy when I was a kid? Where was it? And now everybody loves to wear beaded bracelets and African waist beads, and all that comes from Africa. And before African beaded bracelets and waist beads was a thing, I been knew what it was, and y'all didn't. And that's the thing. It's like now everybody wants to take a piece of African culture with them. Now everybody loves African food. Now everybody loves to eat jollof rice and egusi and wache and fufu and all this stuff. But y'all would not have dared eat African food a few years ago because it was not the cool thing. And half the people who was making fun of African people are the same people who don't even have any culture. Y'all don't have any cultural jewelry or anything like that. Y'all don't have any ethnic dishes. Y'all's ethnic dishes be deep fried turkey legs and deep fried pickles with tartar sauce on the side. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. One person decides it's cool and everybody hops on the bandwagon. And that's the thing. People are follow the leader bandwagon people. And I'm saying this in my African dress. I'm saying this in my cultural, ethnic African garment. My ethnic garments that some of y'all don't even have. I remember I used to be kind of ashamed to be African and ashamed of my culture. Now I love my culture. I tell everybody I'm African. And it's just a shame.
What's up? Let's get Cuzzo in the building. Cuzzo. And then Rich Prophet. What's up, Cuzzo? I'm good, man. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to ask a quick question to spin off from the last brother that asked a question about Jim Crow and slavery. Now, I was in a dialogue with an individual talking about reparations, of course, and one of the things they hit me with was, well, blacks in America also own slaves. How would you rebuttal or answer that?
Yeah, when black people owned slaves, usually they were family members that they were buying out of slavery. This wasn't white supremacy using people. You had black people who would purchase their family members. You had a couple of black slave owners who might have been brutal. These were the sons of the mulatto slave. Well, they were the mulatto sons of the white slave owners. You had a couple of them, but for the most part, when black people quote unquote owned slaves, they were purchasing one of their family members. So on paper, they can say they own them so that nobody else could lay claim to them. So that's how you handle that. And also, even if black people did own, quote unquote, own slaves in a large number, which they didn't, it was the U.S. government who still kept black people enslaved, because if that black person ran off from the plantation from that black slave owner, it was the U.S. government that enforced the law to keep that black person enslaved. So the U.S. government is not off the chain, off the hook for this. So that's how you explain that to them. The U.S. government is still on the hook for that slave, no matter who owned them, because they like to play the, well, them Jews that owned it. It was a lot of Jews, and it was the liberals who owned it. And no, it was all under the U.S. government. See, I don't want to hear about everybody's pointing their finger. Everybody benefited from it. Everybody, the U.S. government benefited from it. That's all you need to know. Rich, what's up, Rich?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right, man. I just had a thought about maybe like a Hidden Colors like mini series type of situation, and it came about from seeing this like I guess it's OJ's former bodyguard saying some crazy shit like he's got a confession tape or whatever, which is some bullshit. But I was just thinking like because you are such a history major, or just such a history buff, that there
Yeah.
should be some kind of program that is aimed to repair the legacy of different, Black Americans that they've tried to denigrate over the course of history. Whether it be somebody like OJ, you dropping something to get down to give people the real facts of that, or somebody like Tukey Williams, or just any number of prominent Black Americans, Michael Jackson, just people that the mainstream media has denigrated, and people might not know the true history behind these people and the good things they've done. So just a thought I wanted to throw out there.
There you go. Yeah, we do that anyway. Well, that's what the Hidden Color series is about. It's about uncovering a lot of untold history and unsung heroes. So we already do that. Scipio,
Hey, what's going on,
hey,
Tariq?
how you doing, Scipio?
Hey, man, that's I'm just saying it's Scipio.
Scipio,
Sorry about
right?
that.
There you
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just wanted to touch on what you were just mentioning earlier about slaves who freed their family members. The picture on my bio, that's my four times great
Oh
grandfather
wow,
who fought in the Union, who fought in the war with the Union against the
yeah.
Confederates. And once he got free, once the war was over, he emancipated his family, and he suffered greatly because of that. The whites in the area, they hated him for that. And but even though they crushed down on him, he still didn't regret it to his dying day. He said he didn't regret the damn thing afterwards. So a lot of these people who make these talking points about who owns slaves, they don't know the nuance, or they probably do know the nuance. They're just being facetious about it, and not telling the truth. But yeah, I just wanted to call in, tap in, and say, man, thank you for what you're doing.
Yes,
You inspired me to look into my background, my history, man. Keep doing your thing.
man, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Let's get a Black Wall Street in the building.
Tariq Nasheed, what's going on,
What's up,
brother?
Black? How are you, sir?
Good, good, man. The other guy brought up something about hidden colors. Man, if you could, this is just a request, man. You've done excellent films. Man, you gotta do something about the rise of the tether. Man, if you could just get the background about how they came in and, and infiltrated our government, our social circles, and everything like that, just how it started. I mean, that would be just great, man. I think it would really educate the masses, and it would help with the delineation movement that we have going on right now. And I land my
My man,
plane.
thank you so much. They already say I be beating up on them. They be crying all the time. This nigga, Tariq has everyone hating us. Oh no, they already whining. Yeah, they just. Sometimes y'all be asking for it. I saw this Nigerian dude put up this tweet. He said Nigerians are the standard the world is using to measure the success of the black race. We have accepted the challenge. Our best is yet to come. And he posted a video of Wiz Kid performing. Now, when you say stuff like this, and shout out to my Nigerians, I love some of the Nigerian brothers and sisters. But come on, man, y'all start saying shit like this. So do you want to get roasted? You know what I'm saying? That's that. I retweeted that. I said that's just too easy. When you say stuff like that, come on, man. You gonna get lit up. You're gonna get lit up. Yeah, don't do that. Don't open yourself up for ridicule just saying bonehead shit like that. Because we ain't buying it. You know that ain't true. And no disrespect, but don't say stuff like that. You know? And then when you get clowned, you can't handle it. You get traumatized because you got the shit roasted out of you. Which shows that you're not of our culture because see, roasting, that's a part of foundational Black American culture. And the purpose of it, and we talked about this in the movie Microphone Check, the purpose of us playing the dozens with each other, roasting each other, that's a playful, ritualistic game that we do with each other in order to build up our spirit, in order to build up our resolve so that we're not offended and emotionally bent out of shape if we go out in the world and people denigrate us. So that was kind of a ritual and a game that we played to snap on each other. And the name of the game was to keep snapping, and whoever got emotional and started spazzing out, you lost. So you're supposed to keep your wits, keep your emotions in control, and just keep snapping back. Come up with something clever. Um, be creative. Think fast on your feet. It was a mental ingenuity game. So when you play the dozens or grow up playing the dozens, and then you go out in the world and people start saying nigga this, nigga that, and blackie this, you're not going to be that hurt by it. You can kind of dust it off and verbally give your own retort. A lot of these foreigners, they're not used to that. So the minute you get any kind of pressure, you fall apart. So the minute somebody says something about you, I mean, you become devastated. You understand? Because you haven't built that up. You haven't built up that psychological muscle. That's why you got folks all on Twitter whining about getting called a damn booty scratcher when they were in the 7th grade. Twitter is full of that. Man, you would not have survived in my school. Dude, we roasted heavy. Everybody had a janky nickname in my school. Everybody. That, that was part of the game. Dude, we'd be at that lunchroom table flaming each other. And then we go out and play the next hour. We be best of friends. But we get in that lunchroom, get around that table, everybody's getting flamed. Dude, but yeah, the tether class, they take it real personal because you already have insecurities. Like, what? This nigga said my hairline was janky. What is this shit? What is this? It's you can't handle a roasting, and then you grow up. That becomes your villain origin story. I grew up to hate niggas. I hate these niggas. Uh, Come on now. Uh, did I see Uncle Kabaz in here? Hold on, Uncle Kabaz, hop in here. We ain't seen you in a minute. I saw you, Uncle Kabaz. Hop on in. He tried to run out. Uncle Kabaz, hop in here. All right, let's get Nathaniel. All right, what's up, Nate? By the way, Nate is, I think he's like a Somalian who pretends to be a white supremacist, by the way. Yeah, I think Nathaniel is a Somal. What are you for real, Nathaniel? Aren't you Somalian or something?
Come on, Tariq. I'm a WBA, or I'm a foundational white American. I'm Italian. I'm not Somali.
No,
We conquered the Somalis.
right, you're not Italian, though.
But I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. And I think it's funny that you're talking about FBAs playing the dozens when there's a FBA girl in the hospital now because she was driven to suicide by fellow FBAs.
No, there was some white people doing that. Yeah,
No, those are FBAs. Come on.
no, there were some white people clowning that little girl. Yeah, and I don't know what her family's background either. I don't know what her, because I'm thinking that her family might be Caribbean or something. I don't know what.
But regardless, it's not cool for FBAs to just roast children at the lunch table. That's not cool at all,
That was,
whether
but
it's
no,
your culture or not.
but no, those were white people getting on that girl. From what I understand, it was like a lot of racial targeting on the girl. But go ahead.
Yeah, but just wanted to ask two questions about FBA women, then I'll just drop down. Just wanted your thoughts on this. So my first question is in regards to the election. So we saw that Black women, 92% of them voted for Kamala Harris. 92% of Black female voters or FBA voters voted for Kamala Harris, and about, I think it's high 70% Black men. So there's about a 20% gap between Black FBAs who vote for Kamala and Black female FBAs who vote for Kamala. So is it that the Black FBA women are off code compared to the men? Because 20% is a large gap. So just wanted you to touch on that big gap between the men and women. Because in some jurisdictions we had like 70% of Black men who only voted for Kamala, which is a remarkable deficit compared to 2020 and 2016. That's like a 20% gap between those three elections. And my second question is regarding OnlyFans. I know you're familiar with OnlyFans. So there are many white women who make tens of millions on OnlyFans. I mean, we're talking NBA salary on OnlyFans. And recently there was a white woman who posted that she made 40 million in 1 year on OnlyFans, and many FBA women, they were up in arms like, oh, we don't make that much. Why don't we make that much? And so I wanted you to also touch on why do FBA women tend to make less on OnlyFans? Is that they're less desirable? Do people not want to see them? Just touch on those two things. And thank you, Flex. Have a great day.
Now, Nick, how much do the women from your village in East Africa make? No, he bounced. Okay. What's with these tethers always trying to take shots at black women? You notice that? Now, Nick is East African. He's not a white man. He's from that whole Myron Gaines class. Notice they're always trying to take shots at black women. That's the big thing with these East African tethers. Because black women used to clown these dudes in school. That's what that's about. When they were growing up, black women were on their bumper because they tried to holler, and black women clowned them. The black girls clowned them in school. Y'all, excuse me, I'm eating a little snack. But these dudes have a real bug in their ass about black women, particularly foundational black American women. That's because growing up, the black girls would clown them. The little black girls, when we're in school, when we're children, if your mouthpiece wasn't crisp, little black girls were vicious. But that kind of made us step our game up, though. Because if you try to holler at the little black girl, you in school, you try to holler at the little black girl, she would tell you the truth about yourself. You did? And the little black girl will make you step your game up. Now, hey, Shaquita, I just want to know, can I be your friend? Boy, your breath stank. The black girl's just going to tell you the truth. She's going to just cut through your ass. No, you musty. The little black girls just told you the real deal, and it cut you. So now, real player, if the little black girl told you you were musty, if you're a kid, oh damn, let me put some deodorant on. Let me not be musty no more. You listen to the little black girl. The little black girls were giving you some game. When we were growing up, our black female counterparts, they gave us a lot of game we need in order to step up. They would give you the hey or the yay or the nay to let you know that you were doing the right thing swag wise. If your clothes look fly, oh hey, Donnell, I like your pants. They'll give you props. If your Jerry curl back in the 80s, if your curl was right, because I had a Jerry curl, I made sure my curl was right. They would give me props. Flex, I like your curl. I'm like, there it is right there. Come holler at me in the lunchroom. Now, if your hair was janky, you had a janky hairline, like, hey, your hairline is pushed back. So a lot of the tether class dudes, these dudes went to school. They had no swag. They had on Adidas suits with church shoes. I mean, the swag was off, and them little black girls were flaming these niggas. They were getting flamed for having bad haircuts. They were getting flamed for being musty. They were being flamed for not really having no tight clothes. Like, boy, your corduroy pants are real tight. They were getting flamed. So these guys grew up with a lot of vitriol towards foundational black American women. So that's where that's coming from. That's why the Myron Gaines of the world, they do these little shows and get black women up there to just kind of be abusive to them, to try to get off that childhood trauma, to try to repay them for the childhood trauma. Because, yeah, if you just want to go date white women, just go date white women. But no, this is deeper than just you wanting a white woman. It's like you want revenge on the black girls who was clowning your ass when you were a little musty, janky hairline 5th grader wearing a damn 3-piece church deacon suit to school that needed to be tailored, and the suit was musty. You got clowned and didn't use that as an opportunity to step your game up. Yeah, it's a real interesting dynamic.
Hi, I'm Mateo. Do you want to learn about Hidden Heroes? Hidden Heroes from A to Z is a cool book that tells the stories of amazing black heroes you might not know about. You'll meet inventors, you'll meet explorers, and leaders who change the world. It's fun, inspiring, and you can learn so much. Get your copy now at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Let's discover our hidden heroes together.